Hi, welcome. I'm so happy you're here and excited that you're taking action towards your health and fitness goals. If you're here, you're likely trying to lose weight. Maybe you want to feel comfortable in your skin, not hiding in the highest waisted pants you can find. Maybe you want to enjoy the lake without dreading having to wear a swimsuit in the summer. You might even be looking to have that leaner, smaller version of yourself from years ago. I'm Paige Simmons. We've probably already spoken, but I am the head coach and owner of Project Strength. I've been in the fitness industry for 7 years at this point. I started my fitness journey trying to shrink myself, trying to do everything under the sun to lose weight, whether it was meal plans, whether it was cleanses, whether it was detox, hours of cardio, HIIT workouts. I got down to a whopping 98 pounds, but I felt like a shell of a human being. And then I gained it all back. I attached so much value to my appearance, but even when I reached that ideal look, I still didn't value myself. I was sick of feeling powerless. I didn't feel in control of my weight gain or weight loss. I felt weak. So that's when I went all in on a way to do this to become the strongest version of myself, not the smallest version of myself. Yes, I lost the weight and now I've kept it off, but my priority was being the best, strongest version of myself physically and mentally. So since then, I've helped hundreds of women take control of their weight loss and health, and it all started with a diet. You may have tried various diets, like no carbs after 6 p.m., skipping meals like breakfast, cleanses, detoxes, maybe Weight Watchers, maybe even tracking macros. Maybe you feel like you're doing everything right, but the scale keeps climbing or the scale is not budging one bit. What worked for me, above all else, was learning how to track macros because I've been there too. I felt powerless. I felt like I couldn't lose weight, like I didn't have the genetics, that it just wasn't going to work for me. But flexible dieting really helped me, not just for my appearance goals. It allowed me to stop starving myself, to not have anxiety going out and being social with my friends, to go on date nights. It allowed me to make consistent progress and not constantly have this fear of messing up on my diet. I've seen incredible transformations from my clients doing this as well, like my client Jessie, who lost 22 pounds and feels like an athlete again. Or my client Courtney, who prioritized healing her relationship with food and now enjoys going on date nights and traveling, and she's eating 1,000 calories more than when we started together. Nutrition is never a one-size-fits-all, but both Jessie and Courtney found success by learning to structure their meals with a carb, a protein, and a veggie. They got consistent with a diet that worked for them. So the biggest struggle for a lot of us is we cannot find a diet that we could keep up for the rest of our life. They learned the flexibility of macros, and that was a huge game changer, or that aha moment where they felt more in control of their weight loss, their weight gain, and their specific goals. So stick around because I'm going to teach you how to track macros and discover the secrets to keeping the weight off, not just losing it, but still enjoying life and food at the same time. Now that we've gone over why this is the secret sauce, let's dive into unlocking the secrets of nutrition on how to lose weight and how to make this a lifestyle change. Because I will say, I don't want you to see this as a diet, because we often think with diets that we need to be miserable. Chances are you've tried a million diets. Maybe it was keto, meal plans, Weight Watchers, or even you tried tracking macros, but it didn't quite make sense or it was too much work. Well, let's make it clear. This is not just another diet. This is a lifestyle shift. So I want you to go in being ready to learn and build upon it as you go. My goal is to teach you how to eat without feeling guilty about enjoying something that isn't considered inherently healthy. I want you to feel in control of your diet, of your weight loss. I don't want you to feel like you have to hate life in order to lose weight. Now we're going to teach you how to track macros. However, it's really crucial to understand that tracking macros alone does not guarantee your results. Your body is like a furnace. It adapts to your calorie intake, so the less intake you have, it will slow down your metabolism. The more intake you have, it will speed it up, and you will need to make adjustments as you get consistent and your body does adapt. So with our clients, we have them check in every week and we make adjustments to their nutrition as needed. While I can provide you with specific goals after our consult call, you'll need to make changes yourself or seek help to apply tracking macros and get consistent ongoing progress, if that makes sense. My goal is to empower you with the knowledge of macros so you don't have to follow a diet forever. I want you to understand portion size, nutritional value, what works for your body, so down the line you don't even need to track macros. This is not a forever thing. It is a learning tool. You can eat what you want, but understand the impact it has on your body, essentially. There are three main macronutrients that I want to teach you about and I want you to be mindful of getting started. And those are going to be your carbs, your protein, and your fat. Macros have specific calories per gram, which make up your total calories in a day. So your carbs and your protein have 4 calories per gram, while fat has 9 calories per gram. These macros will serve different purposes in your body, and manipulating these numbers is going to be a little more useful than focusing solely on your overall calorie intake. It also does help a lot with your mindset around food, rather than focusing on eating as little calories as possible and focusing on what can I add to my diet to get more protein in. It's basically going to be a little bit more beneficial in learning nutritional value and taking away that idea you need to restrict. When learning to track macros, first, I want you to start by learning nutrition labels and how to read them. You're going to focus on 4 main things. That's going to be your portion size, your total carbs, your total fat, and your protein. So whenever you're picking out a food, I want you to look at that on the label. This will help you make informed choices about what works for you and also maybe make you more aware of the nutritional value of the foods that you are currently eating. To track macros effectively, what most people use and what I'm going to have you use for our consult call is going to be the MyFitnessPal app. So you're going to need to download it and create an account. It's going to ask you for your body stats, your height, your weight, your activity level. Ignore the calorie and macronutrient goals that it suggests. I'll provide you with specific goals based on your current calorie intake so that you have a more personalized approach to get started with your diet, and you'll get faster results because we're working with your current metabolism or your current metabolic rate rather than just what the calculator put into a equation. You're going to want to make sure to turn off exercise calories, and then you're going to go into your diary and you're going to hit add food. Now you can search for your food in the database, but make sure cross-check it with the nutrition label. So make sure that the nutrition label that you have of the actual food does match what pops up in the data entry. You can adjust the serving size and the amount of servings as needed. You're going to want to track everything that you eat. If you have the premium version, which you do not need for our consult call, most of my clients do not have it. You can also scan the barcodes, but always make sure that you do double check and make sure that it does match up. Track everything you eat. That means drinks. So any sodas, any coffees, any juices. That includes sauces. So if you get like honey mustard sauce or barbecue sauce or dressings like salad dressing, track that because it does add up, and this will give me an accurate representation of your overall caloric intake. Now, you're going to be able to see your overall macros if you click on the top bar where it says your calories left over in your diet log. You'll be able to click there and then click nutrients, and you'll be able to see everything that you have tracked there. That's where I want you to look for the most part is your nutrients and your food log. I don't want you to worry so much about overall calorie intake or the percentages. Now, if you click on calories, it will show you your calorie intake for the day. And if you click on macros, it will show you the percentages for carbs, protein, and fat. I don't want you to worry about that. I want you to just look at nutrients and look at your overall diet log. Now, to create balanced meals, you're going to want to incorporate a protein source, a cup of veggies or fruit, and a whole grain carb source. This is going to keep you fuller longer, and it's going to make it a lot easier to hit your specific macronutrient goals. It's going to make you less likely to come home from work starving and eat everything in the kitchen while you're trying to figure out what to eat, and it's going to make it a lot easier to not need coffee at 3 p.m. or not feel like you need a nap at 3 p.m. Staying consistent and getting a good amount of protein, carbs, and fiber in each meal is going to be so helpful for health and for weight loss. Some tips for success is going to include schedule in days that you are going to go to the grocery store. Make a list based on the foods that you have planned to eat ahead of time. So always plan ahead of time and pre-track what you plan to eat. Go in with a list and then plan in time to also prep your ingredients so that you will have it ready to go. What I like to do is I like to toss meals together as I go, but I will prep my proteins, my carbs, and my veggies in big containers. And then I'll mix and match the different combinations so that I can have some variety, but it's already prepped. You definitely want to avoid completely restricting a food group. So don't cut out carbs entirely. Don't cut out sugar entirely. Instead, Go in with an 80-20 approach. So 80% of your food is going to be whole, nutrient-dense food sources, and 20% is room for the fun stuff. So 80% of like whole nutrient-dense foods is going to be things that if you look on a nutrition label, it's going to be a majority of one macronutrient. So it'll be mostly carbohydrates, mostly protein, mostly fat. Or if you look at the ingredient list, if it's only a couple ingredients, that's going to be a clean, nutrient-dense food. The 20% is going to be more processed foods, things that maybe have carbs and fat mixed together, things that are going to be what we view as bad. They're not bad, we just want to have them in moderation. So for me, that's like chocolate or True Fruits, ice cream. I love sweets, but that could be like Doritos and things like that as well. Now, your task is I want you to track everything that you eat in one day, even the sneaky calories, the drinks, the sauces, and I want you to take a screenshot of your nutrient list and then make a list of the foods that you ate. You're going to schedule a phone call with me. So you'll go ahead and fill out that form that we have down below. You're going to submit the screenshots and the list of foods that you ate in a day. And then I'm going to go ahead and message you. We'll schedule a phone call and let's hop on a call and I'll give you some specific macro goals and protocols so that you can kickstart progress and start seeing changes as soon as possible and get consistent. Remember, this is just the beginning. Consistency and adjustments will be key. We want to make this a lifestyle shift. Now, if you have any questions about navigating the app, feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram at PSimmonsFit or on our business page at Project Strength Fit, and I'll help you out. But my goal for you is just to track for one day, and let's hop on a call, and I'll show you how to even adjust your specific goals on the app, and I'll give you some sample meal plans so that you know how to reach your macro goals that we discuss.